As the season trudged on, all I cared about was getting better as a baller. Everyone was counting on me to lead Colorado deep into the tournament, and as we were getting tougher competition from around the country, I knew I had to step my game up. I couldn't have down games like the Kansas game. I had to come out and ball each and every time I stepped on that court. And it started tonight as we had Tennessee in the building. We knew the Volunteers were kind of struggling through the season, but they were still a big opponent from us from the SEC. And what a statement it would be to not only us, not the rest of our Pac-12 compadres, but the nation, that we went out and beat a team that was arguably number 3 overall in the standings, and a team that everyone thought was going to make at least a Final Four run. Me, I was locked in. I heard the voices. I heard the critics that I was overrated, nothing but a wannabe baller, street baller that came in and did his thing, but now is falling off with tougher competition. Nah, that wasn't me. I know my skills, I know my game, and I know when I play it, not a single person on that court is going to stop me from getting mine. As Amia Simpson dapped up and got ready, he told me one thing, one simple thing: go out there and do my thing. And as I got to the other side of the court and I looked across at my matchup, I said it was going to be simple. He's going to have a very long day, because I'm coming straight for his neck as soon as the ball tipped off. Unfortunately, Tennessee did get it first, and they came out the gate and almost did exactly what Kansas did. A nice little bucket to take the early lead 2-0. As I called for the screen, I knew nothing more to get to my boy De Silva on the roll and get everybody involved. I'm playing my game, no one else's. I was one-on-one on top of the key, did a quick little jab stuff, got around, laid it up through 2 people to give us a quick lead, and I knew, oh, it's going to be that kind of day. As De Silva got me a screen to the top of the key, I let it fly and a splash. They said I couldn't shoot the 3. Yeah, it may not be my strong suit, but I still got it. As I got the rebound here, as we're up 5, I chuck it up to my boy Simpson, who takes it off the dribble, lobs it to me, and I slam it down all up in their face. They had to call a freaking timeout. That's the chemistry me and him have. And oh boy, I hate to tell you, you in a poster now. My high flying got the fans hyped, and I had to raise my hands and tell them to get hyped, because this is a new team, a new player, and we coming for everybody's neck. After that big dunk, the whole crowd was rocking, and we was feeling it. No matter what Tennessee kept trying to do, it was like almost they were stuck. McDaniels did get a 3 to make it a 5-point game, to try to keep them in it, but I had my foot on the pedal, and as I spun off and laid it in, I just gave him a look as I got back up, saying, nah, this is my night. And they kept feeding me too. One-on-one with the dude. I saw Simpson come up top. I eventually hit him, and he hit a nice little floater to get me another assist. We were clicking on all cylinders, and I just kept attacking, kept finding the open man, and we kept piling up the points. And even though Tennessee kept trying to fight with us, we knew they were lost at what to do with us, because everybody was able to eat. Shoot, every pick and roll, every drive, every shot, it seemed like everything was going in. Heck, even got this poster at the end of the first half with 6 seconds left. And all I could do was keep hyping up the crowd. Poor dude thought he was going to jump with me, but he didn't know I had them bunnies on me. And he couldn't do nothing but look at me as I threw it down on top of his head. And I just got in between them as they tried to take the ball out too. Man, I knew they were salty going into the half. This Colorado team is up 11, and they didn't know what to do with us going into the second half. And I was just feeling myself. But I told the guys, settle down. The job's not done, and Tennessee can make a comeback at any point in time. And coming out the gate, they definitely tried it with an alley-oop to cut it back down the 9. But as I came back down and I was feeling myself almost like I was on fire, I took it right back to the hole and threw it down again. I told these boys, tonight is my night. You can't stop me. Nobody can stop me. And McDaniel tried to answer. I took that right from him and started going right down, trying to find anybody. Found my boy Williams, who drove inside, hit a nice little lean back floater. And that lead swelled up to 13. And we're sitting at 12 now. And I got another rebound. And I'm just attacking. No pause, no breaks. I'm looking to get to the basket every possession. They was willing to set up all the screens for me. And even though I missed, my boy Lampkin said, "I got you, Brody," with the rebound and absolute put down dunk on the little man. And honestly, we all just looked at each other and smiled. We knew how this game was going to go. It was GG's, and we decided to get a little stylish on them. Threw my alley to my boy Lampkin again. And at that point, we knew we had the game in the bag. We just had to do our thing. Because Tennessee, yeah, they was looking dejected. And every miss got him more and more dejected. And I just was trying to help my dudes any way, shape, or form. And Lampkin found me wide open, and I let it splash again. And all of a sudden, at the end of the game, we won that mug 70-52. We made a statement to everybody. When we on our game, there's not a team in the nation that can beat Colorado. And there's not a guard in a nation that can guard me when I'm on mine. As we all walked off the court and as we all just looked at each other and high-fived, I knew something special was happening. We was finding our groove. And coach told me once again I was player of the game. And that felt good to get back in good standing and know my game can translate. But I wasn't focused on that. I was focused on getting us prepared for these next games and get us ready for March, because we knew we was going to be there. And I still didn't shoot well from 3, 2 of 6, but I'll take my double-double. And now I got Oregon in my sights, because we about to get going. After our big win over Tennessee, we traveled up to Eugene to take on the Oregon Ducks in the Matthew Knight Arena. At this point, we were on everybody's radar as a possible team to make a deep run in March. But we didn't care. We had more work to do, and it didn't stop here, and it didn't stop with that Tennessee game. As Oregon walked out, I could tell they were all looking at me, all sizing me up. They knew they had to stop anyone to win this game. It was me. But me personally, I didn't care. I knew this was another game, another chance to piece up a defense and show everybody why I'm the next big thing. And honestly, maybe take that next step. Yeah, some friends were talking to me about going to the NBA, and crazy enough, a year ago, I didn't even think about that. But now, I'm on everybody's mock draft boards. But I couldn't think about that. It was this game versus Oregon on the road. Now, as they got the tip, they immediately tried to get right back at us, tried to drive right inside, put up a jumper that went in, and just like that, almost like clockwork, we were down 2. But once again, I just didn't care. I did what I did, which was get right to the basket and slam it home. And even though Oregon kept trying to answer, kept going inside, they was actually feasting on us down low. And it was a back and forth game early, but I missed a freaking fader that I usually hit. And Oregon tried to push the pace. He got by me in a nice, pretty lob, to be honest, to put them up 4. I knew I had to calm down. And made a nice little cut to the basket, got inside and laid it up in to get us back down 2. And as the end of the first came, I just kept driving to the basket. And even though people were open, I knew, you know what, I'm taking over this game early, and I don't want to leave any doubt to these fans that I am the reason why we were balling right now. And I had to flex them also real quick. But with a tie game at the end of the first, went right back inside, and I got a little bit too fancy and got my shit rejected. But he put up the jumper, missed it, and I got the and I knew I had to get that back. You ain't about to embarrass me. Held him up, went right inside, and did the safe layup for the first quarter. But at the end of it, we were up 2, and I told the guys, look, we know how good we are. We know what we can do. This team right now, they're treading water. They just don't know it yet. We need to go out there. We need to do the thing. We need to show them why we the best in the conference. And honestly, in my opinion, the best in the nation. But we had to focus. We had to play defense. And we had to do what we do on the offensive side as well. And coming out in the second quarter, we were up by 7. And I hit Williams and he splashed it home to put us right up by 10. And Oregon, you could tell in their eyes, they were trying to keep up with the offensive firepower. And you know what? They did here and there. Had a nice little layup, but I know I lost the ball. I tried to dive for it and Williams got it. But with 6 on the clock, I made a nice cut inside, beat my dude. I think bounced off his hand and I caught it and did a nice underarm layup. I don't know how that hit, but it hit. But you know what? We got the lay. And at the half, we was up 40-24. And as I was walking off the court, I could see the fans. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know what to think. This team that came into the season as underdogs, as we weren't going to do anything, is out here piecing up their team on their home court. But I didn't care. I just kept going at them, kept slamming it home, doing my thing. And pick after pick, screen after screen, I was just facilitating. I was getting involved. Silva was getting involved. William was getting involved. Everybody on the floor, when I'm on the floor, was getting involved. And you know what? I had to get that back down the point guard, go inside, showed him he was too small. And at that point, if everything was going down, we were just doing our thing. As Simpson was trying to piece him up, hits the Silva. I hit him with a nice little screen and the Silva just splashes it home. And at this point, we were just having fun. We were just playing. I had to try to get a lob real quick. And of course, I got my dude, De Silva, putting him on Sports Center with the nice windmill jam. And by this point, I just looked at coach and shrugged my shoulders like, I mean, what you want us to do? We had to keep the game interesting, 51-28. I mean, fans probably started to leave. And I continued to do what I do best. And it's a smile I get as we end up winning this game 87-45 of watching the fans walk out of a stadium knowing that I was the reason why. That my squad came out here and pieced them up. We did our thing. And once again, I know coach told me I was player of the game, but honestly, I just felt good. We was moving, we was rocking, we was rolling. And we had a lot more of season left to go, but the tournament was looming. But honestly, if we play like this, we can honestly win it all. I know that's a crazy thought, but why not?